And in our community, we had a very bad shooting last week, Tuesday, where they were shooting into their vehicles. And I'm not saying that the police aren't doing their job. I'm just saying we need more police officers. And we have fireworks situation coming, and we don't need to have it be Beirut and Iraq again next year. I mean this year, like it was last year. It was very bad last year, and we need more police officers. I just don't understand why it was tabled. You represent us. If you can't do your job, Dwayne Muhammad, resign right now. If you can't do your job, Valeria Stubbs, resign right now. You too, Trustee Pearson. The people of Dolton want you to do your job. If you cannot get us more police, resign right now. You're not doing your job. You have been elected to protect us. You did not take care of us by hiring more police officers. The people of the village of Dolton should be very angry. And I'm speaking for people that don't have the courage to stand here and tell you that. You either need to hire more police officers or resign.
You want an answer on that?
No, I don't want an answer from you. I want you to do your job.
Well, what I want to say to you,
I'm not going to be out of order. I don't care what you say.
Don't have money. So anybody can stand up and talk about hiring police, but you got to pay for them. And this village took Chicago water money for 20 years and spent it. And now we don't have that anymore. This village is going to court tomorrow where we have to try to work something out with the city of Chicago. You cannot play with that money anymore. So anybody that stands up and says, we can hire police, this budget don't have money in it for police. I want more police. This board wants more police. But we can't spend what we don't have.
That's
we
not,
were told by, yes it is, Mayor, and you know
it's not true.
By this attorney,
it's not
that
true.
We could run out of money before year's end.
It is.
We have to redo the budget. And we tabled it so that we could see after the budget if we're going to have enough money to hire one or two. But right now we have to look at the whole budget simply because we cannot do what prior administrations did. This board didn't do that. We weren't the ones taking money from the Chicago Water Fund, spending it, but that's how they did it every year. That's how it was done every year.
Actually,
whatever you want to do, just take it out of Chicago's money. That's how it was done.
Chief.
And now we cannot touch Chicago's money ever again. We have to pay rearage and we have to pay the current bill. And when that happens, everybody's going to see, regardless of what they're telling you, that this village does not have the money to go and do it. Don't think we didn't hire police because we don't want police. I see it every day. I talk to people every day about the crime in this community.
Every day.
But we'd be stupid to hire police to have to lay them off in a month because we can't pay them.
Chief.
Along with other people.
Chief, hold on, ma'am. Ma'am.
I just said we can't hire them.
Chief.
Where's the money gonna come from?
Somebody got to protect the people. I don't care where the money comes from.
We have police.
Chief, how many police officers are we down now, and how many? There was 2 that went into retirement.
We had 3 that retired last year.
Three that retired. Hold on a minute. Three that retired that we were budgeted for, correct?
Correct.
So in that budget of the 3 that retired, that the budget was approved by this board, how come we couldn't replace those 3?
Because we were $2 million over budget, Mayor. Because at that time, Chicago's money was being spent to pay our budget. So that whatever was in the police budget won't be the same, Mayor, and you know that.
Trustee Pearson,
it won't be the same.
Trustee,
if we're going to go to the balanced budget, the police, the fire, public works, none of those budgets will be the same.
Now, Trustee Pierce, that's because you guys are the ones that's doing the budget. Now, I'm going to say this.
But you're spending the money.
How am I spending the money when I can't, you took my authority to spend any money. You took my authority to spend any money, and the board votes on what they spend.
There's a hiring freeze. Did you just hire people?
There's a hiring freeze.
And did you just hire people? Yes. Yes.
I did. And guess where I hired them? And guess why I hired the water department so we can get this crap straight. And you still want to give me heat on it.
I ain't giving you heat.
And if you would have hired,
you're spending money that the village don't have.
If you would have hired those people last August when I asked you, we wouldn't have had this backlash in the water department. But you voted against it. But you tell me we didn't have the money. But you spent $80,000 on that house that was underwater, Trustee Muhammad, on that house that was underwater over there, and you didn't say a word about that. And it's still sitting there vacant. Now, when you talk about, and you want to put the pressure on me, the mayor did this with the water department, the mayor did this. Every time I tried to do something to get some corrective action, bring some revenue in here, you voted down.
And they can't do it anymore, and you know it.
And that's fine. Why did
fool the residents?
I'm not trying to fool the residents. It's reality.
The funds.
It's reality. You're talking about laying off people right now.
We can take that one that's watching you, that one police officer watching you, and we can put them on the street. You say you had a death threat, and Pete Zano that he was watching you, that he was directly under you. So maybe if we can take that one, at least we'll have one more that can go on the street.
I've got numerous death threats, and I would be justified. And you could ask this chief, I'd be justified in having police security. But you know what I'm under opinion? If somebody gonna get you, they gonna get you. They get presidents with hundreds of men of security. So I leave it up to the man upstairs. He gonna protect me, he's gonna protect me. He gonna take me, he gonna take me. I don't care how many police officers are around me. But City Hall has always had a police officer. Neighbors about it? Any dialogue with them?
You don't talk to the neighbors or whatever, at least I don't.
Okay.
Because you have confrontations or whatever, and at this day and time, you don't go approaching anybody.
Well, good.
Okay, good afternoon, residents and trustee board and mayor. Okay, I'm confused here. Is Invest in Dolton and BP Capital the same thing, or are they different entities?
The gentleman just stated that there are two different entities, two separate.
So is he in charge of both of them, or
no?
So okay, who did we pay the $30,000 to?
We paid it to the attorney Bass.
Okay.
For Invest in Dolton, we've talked about this for the 6 houses that we are able to raffle off, hopefully real soon, next month.
So who has the 6 houses? We have the 6 houses?
Yes, we have 4 of those titles. We're waiting on 2 more, and then we could have a raffle.
So all that money is coming to Dolton?
It's what money?
You said we got 6 houses.
We have 4 houses.
We got 4 houses.
We have 4 houses with Invest in Dolton, okay? Right now, we're waiting on 2 other houses, so we'll have a total of 6. That was the $30,000. That's Invest in Dolton. I'll give you a flyer so you can come to our event on the 14th, and that's going to cost $40,000. The Invest in Dolton, the 6 houses, $40,000. BP Capital have his own money to rehab the houses.
So BP Capital working with Invest in Dolton? Is that what's going on, or how did they even?
I just explained it to you. Thank you.
Ooh.
You know what? That was totally uncalled for, because see, I'm trying to get an understanding.
Yes, ma'am.
We put you in there, and we will take. You know what? You know what? That's right. That was totally uncalled for. That was totally. I have never disrespected.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
You don't
You know what,
understand
people?
it.
This
You
is
can come out
citizens. This
to
is
the
citizens
meeting.
address. We need to. You know what? We need to take our village over. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We need to get our own board. We need to get. We need to have our voices heard without people getting ignorant with us and trying to belittle us and belittle our members. You know what? You know what?
This is what you do at every board
This is
meeting,
citizen. This
and
is
you ask
citizen
me a
address.
question, and I
And you know
answered
what?
it.
And you're supposed
do
to
it
answer
at
my
every
question.
board
And you are
meeting,
supposed to
and
answer my question
you
until
sit
I
up here
understand.
and
There's
you
no
insult
such thing
me
as a
at
stupid
every
question.
board
I'm
meeting.
done with you.
Thank you.
Really?
Excuse me.
We paid to put you in that position. You know, you and I
Hold on, we had a conversation.
It's really up to you to listen to the residents, regardless to how right or wrong they may be. You don't have a right to speak to them in that tone of manner.
What tone are you talking about?
We're talking about you.
What tone are you talking about? The same. What tone are you? In order to get respect, you must respect. So I give you all the same respect. Okay, that's what you say. I say different. I say different. Whatever God have for me, I still will work.
That's it. Order right now. We have another speaker, Mr. Creighton.
I always bring God in my life.
Order. Is the status of Club 1, Trustee Muhammad.
Thank you, sir.
Now, go ahead.
I asked for the status of Club 1, and Attorney Murphy responded, and I'd like to read into the record, which is in the record, but for the public, what the response is. Before I read that, I just want to make sure I'm not in any violation of any confidences, Attorney Murphy, by reading this into the record.
No, that was written in anticipation of public disclosure.
Okay, thank you. Attorney Murphy responded on June 18th concerning Club 1, and we have questions concerning these 2 points that the attorney answered in response to what is the status of Club 1. And for those who don't remember, Club 1 is the nightclub that's next door to the village that was ran illegally by individuals who did not have a liquor license, by the name of Larry Jackson and others, affiliated with a gang on the west side called the Vice Lords. This is the response from our attorney. And by the way, that was given permission to run that club by our liquor commissioner, who is the mayor, who works also in that capacity. These are the 2 responses, and we have questions on both. Here is a status update on this matter. The 2017-18 license year has expired, and there were no efforts by anybody to renew the license for the premises or apply for a new license for the premises for 2018-19. Accordingly, I believe, this is Attorney Murphy, I believe the license revocation matter is moot for the simple reason that there is no license to revoke. Let me repeat that one again. I believe the license revocation matter is moot for the simple reason that there is no license to revoke. Number 2, there are 2 lawsuits pending, which are originally filed by shooting victims against the owners and managers of the premises. These plaintiffs have recently added the village of Dolton as defendant. We have moved to dismiss these lawsuits based on legal immunities from suit. In part, we're relying on court precedent arising out of the E2 matter, where the courts found that the city of Chicago had no legal responsibility under similar.
On February 17, 2003, E2 nightclub was jam-packed. Things got out of hand when security guards inside sprayed pepper spray to stop a fight. That's when people panicked and rushed to a narrow stairway leading to Michigan Avenue. Demetria Carwell was one of the 21 people who didn't make it.
Having my grandmother was a blessing, but having my mom not around, it's like a lot of lost pieces without her.
Less than a year before the tragedy, a Cook County judge ordered the second floor of the club to be closed down because of code violations. Prosecutors brought involuntary manslaughter charges against the club's 2.
My question is on number 1. We weren't concerned with the update status of licenses for 2018 and 19. Our concern was for 2017-18 when 5 people were shot in that club. with an illegally ran club.
Police order. What longtime neighbor Allison Key now finds outside the building, now labeled Club 1, is the fear she no longer recognizes her own community.
It's scary. It's scary. I mean, we're still raising young families here.
Crime tape was raised past bar time. A shooting in and outside the club brought police to the business. The gun violence right across the street, mere steps from the Village Municipal Building.
The club should be shut down.
5 Village trustees addressed the media. That is the same number of people they say were shot early this morning. Dwayne Muhammad says the mass gun violence started on the second floor where 2 men began arguing.
One of the males went into the purse of his girlfriend and pulled out the weapon.
How did a gun get in a club that doesn't allow guns?
According to Chief Collins, I asked that same question, is that they do check individuals going in. Again, this question is, who was the license holder, not the owner of the building, but who is the license holder and managers of 2017-18 Club 1? This does not answer. This talks about 2018-19, anybody to renew the license. We're not concerned with anybody. We want to know the update of the status of those individuals that were running the club where the people were shot at Club 1 in the year May 2017, on Mother's Day.
Trustee Muhammad, you know, you want to keep beating this as a dead horse, you know. And secondly, where you got the information about vice lords and so operating a club is some fantasy of yours, I guess. But you should know everything about that because you requested the whole file of who made application, who the license was issued to. So you had all that information. So I don't know what you want more from the liquor commissioner. You had the whole file. You saw in the file who the license application was issued, who the license was issued to. It's your estimation that it was illegal. But I'm gonna say this: do you think all these celebrities, they have their name on these nightclubs and these restaurants, the licenses are in their name? We got the Michael Jordan restaurant. They got a liquor license. We got Dick Schuler's. You think the liquor license is issued in their names? No, it's not. And you know who the liquor license was issued in because you got the complete file. And it wasn't issued in Mr. Jackson's name. And it's been issued in the same name since the club was taken over, I think in 2014.
Mayor, could I speak?
Go ahead.
This matter is moot, going on a long time. No, it's not moot because you're the liquor commissioner and you should know what's going on. I mean, it's not just getting a paycheck. You should also be on top of what's going on in these establishments when you give out the license. Now, in this case, we've already been added as defendants. How much is this going to cost taxpayers because you didn't do your job?
That's not true.
Oh, yes, it is,
it's
Mayor.
Not true.
You know what's going on over there.
Every mayor is the liquor commissioner.
Yes, that's
every
true.
Mayor. Okay.
But you still have a job to do, and knowing who you're giving a license to and how it's being operated. That's part of the liquor commissioner's job.
And our permit person goes through all the investigation, checks out all the information, and once it's submitted to me, she say yay or nay, and I sign it, just like in every other town. And if you want to go in all these other towns where they've had shootings in these clubs or shootings at special events, that the mayor, as the liquor commissioner, signs that document. How come they're not preventing it?